All right, here's hoping everything is working well and you can hear me. Yep, I can hear myself. We'll have to wait until somebody joins us to see if they can be heard as well. But uh, good evening, role players. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Uh, actually, today, so this is gonna mess up what you see me on Discord, but one second. Let me pull up my thing so that we can talk about what we're working on today, which is how to keep the story moving in D&D. Uh, in this case, it'd be for all tabletop roleplay games, for the most part. But this is specifically going to focus on D&D, since this is something that actually has happened in a D&D session. It's not the norm, but it can happen, especially if you're playing a more, laid back, loose campaign, that sort of thing. Oh, and I think Miss Non Sequitur has joined us.
Yes, I am back.
Welcome back. We have
So,
just started the stream, just a heads up. So we are
oh,
live.
wonderful. Hi, everyone. Fable.
And
More Fable.
yes, yeah, we're gonna have some fun with some Fable. But before we start, because
Fable's
I
my
know
favorite, so I'm excited about it.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I actually just bought a new game while it was on sale. Um, and I'm curious to see if anybody would be interested in it. It's The Elder Scrolls Online, and um, I'd be willing to try streaming that at some point if anybody is interested in that. Uh, and I see that Al is with us. Salutations. Um, Al, it's good to see you. And so for today, uh, I'm going to work on tips for keeping focused on the games. So specifically, usually for more narrative focused tabletop games. And this is going to be probably more applicable to D&D, but a lot of it can be uh, adapted for any kind of narrative-driven tabletop game. So we're going to go through some tips. I've got tips that are for the DM, and I've got tips that are for the player. So if you want to participate in further conversation, you can click on the Discord link that I'm about to pin to the top of the live chat to hop on the line of stage with me. All people 18 and up are welcome to come and go as they please throughout the duration of the stream. So let's make sure that you have access to the join up. Did I already just forget what I did? I can't believe it just forgot what I did. All right. All right. That'll last for today. So there we go. And I'm going to pin that. So anybody in chat can click on that link and join. And uh, just so that more people can see it, we want more people to participate in the conversation, especially for interesting topics like this. So please, if you can, it's free. Like to get more people to join us and watch the live, give suggestions, talk about different topics. And, we just hit 100 subscribers. We're actually a little over 100. Can we get to 200? I think we can. Let's spread the love for roleplay and tabletop roleplay games. I'm also, just a reminder, now an official credentialed creator with the Creator Accountability Network. CAN is a nonprofit dedicated to reducing harassment and abuse through ethical education and a system of restorative uh, justice and accountability. Uh, you can go to their link in the description for more resources and information. Also, if you are interested in learning more about roleplay, role-playing games, or finding and coordinating role-playing campaigns, you can join our server Ready to Roleplay in the description. It's a role-playing game community Discord server. And that's actually where I am hosting guests for today. Quick reminder, the opinions of any guests that join my panel today are theirs alone and are not shared by myself, this channel, or the Creator Accountability Network. Independent fact checking needs to be done on any claim made here today, including any claim that I make. Uh, so, uh, with all
And that
that,
means, and that means when I say something naughty, it's not Vic's fault.
yeah, liability waiver. All right. So with all that out of the way, I know that was a long intro, but I did want to make sure that we kind of introduced our topic and all that. Um, we can get started with. Actually, you know what? Let me do something real quick because I want to be able to read the tips that I wrote down while being able to play the game. So I'm going to make sure that I can pull it up on my phone. One second. Wow, it didn't capture any of that. All right, well, let's try this. We'll do paste as plain text. There we go. It saved all of it. Okay, cool. All right. That's DM as player. Yep, got it all down. All right, and now I'll be able to pull it up on my phone. Though while I'm looking at it, I won't be able to see the chat as I'm playing. Um, well, Al, yeah, I do want you to be able to listen and sleep. This is going to be a listenable stream. Obviously, anybody is welcome to come up. If you feel like at any point this stream is difficult to follow just while listening and you're like, okay, like you're talking as if I can see the screen, what's going on? Please, I'd like feedback because I want my streams to be more listenable. The Fable game is just going to be for the background for people who want to watch while we're chatting. So we're going to move this to that one, and then I'm going to start my controller. I was trying to make sure that I saved the battery on that one. Okay, now can it... There we go. I can see everything. All right. Let's load our game. It looks like... I gotta turn up the brightness. It looks like we are... This is the most recent one. We'll do that. And thank you for joining us in the chat, Miss Non Sequitur. It's always lovely to have you. I want to thank everybody who's joining me today. I love having such wonderful company. All right. Now, let me get my bearings
You
before
have
we start.
you have a
Yes,
great chat.
I do. I have such a wonderful community helping me out.
The people who love you are like exceptionally bright, I figure.
Oh,
I'm also complimenting myself in this area.
Well, you deserve it. How many mushrooms did I manage to gather? Let's see. I have 3, and I think I need 4. And let me take a look at. So apparently there's a trader near the guild. When I looked it up online, they yeah, when I looked it up online, they were acting as if there wasn't that extra mushroom, and that you can only get all 4 mushrooms by buying it from the guy in Barrow Fields. You could technically steal it, but I don't have the stealth skill for that. So I'm looking up if that clue is like actually legit. So there's like a clue of 2 guys standing by that statue that points to nowhere outside of the guild and Bowerstone. And they said that there's like a trader, or someone said there's like a trader near the guild that has it. So, all blue mushrooms. I just want to, if I can avoid trying to give away, I think it was like 5,000 gold. If it's 500, I'd be okay, but 5,000, like, woo, hell no. For a quest item. Uh, Picnic area, yep. The Heroes, Guildwoods, yep. And Lookout Point by interacting with stoned merchants before shit. Oh. Yeah. That's the, well, maybe the guys who were talking about the trader we're just talking about the dude who was having a party. So, darn. Darn, darn, darn. Alright, well. Okay, number 1 was the trader in Barrow Fields. Okay, he wants 1,500 gold. I can do it, but I don't like it. And I would only want to try and steal it if I could, whatever, what am I trying to do? If I had the stealth for it. So what's my stats?
Steal it.
Guile. Yeah, my guile isn't that good. So I could, and I'm in the guild right now. So I could technically see if I can put any stats in guile. Because it looks like I've got a lot of the whatever the yellow experience points are called.
Steal it.
Alright, let's take a look. It's this one, Guile. I'm at level 3 right now. It would cost 2,200. Learn the steal skill, allowing you to rob shops of any items they leave out on display. You will also become more stealthy, making it easier to approach people and creatures without revealing your presence. I already have a speed level 4. It would mean that I wouldn't be able to upgrade, whatever, my speed. It'd take a while, but, or I could essentially just use whatever the green experiences are. Let's do Guile and see what we do that for. You also become more stealthy. Okay. All right, let's do one more. Man, I don't have enough for that one. And for the rest, that's 9,000. Don't have enough for that. 13,000. Nope. Nope. Gotta wait for those. What about this one? I don't have much going for this one. This creates a ball of fire in the moment. Flies with a higher level. Extremely deals in a devastating. Okay. That one looks pretty cool. This tremendously powerful spell channels the white fury of the gods, drawing huge pillars of energy from the sky and striking along higher level, increase the damage inflicted. I am going for slow time. Yes, that's right. I went with heal last time. Right. Okay, let's try slow time. Let's see how that does. Cool. That'll do us for now.
You're now stealthy enough to use the steal expression.
I'll tell you, the controls are a little clunky. I forget how to cycle. Okay, I just press B while holding right trigger. Okay. Oh, that's my dancing blade. Oh, nice. Okay. Anything you got for me?
You must find the
Bandit camp. Okay. And you, do you have any quests for me? Find the bandit Cirrus. Find the Cirrus in the bandit camp, who might tell you about your sister Teresa. See if there are any boasts that I can do. Oh, and let me take a look at the chat now that I finished looking at the thingy. Oh, hey, Randall. Thanks for joining. Careful, Tilt. I don't know about brown sugar suddenly smelling brown sugar. That could be, who knows? It could be stroke, for all we know.
Yeah, no, that's totes.
Yeah, but you know, everybody's different.
True. I figured brown sugar is like if smelling burning toast means you're having a stroke. Smelling brown sugar means you're having a sugar high. I don't know.
Okay. Nope. Can't do that one, and I'm not doing that one. Okay. That'll do. That'll do. And
Oh yeah,
What's
right.
he doing round here? Oh, I just want him gone.
okay,
Stay clear of me.
so we got all that squared away. How about we talk about
Yeah,
the tips I said I was going to talk about? So
Yes.
for tips for whenever you're doing a TTRPG, first we're going to start with the DM because the DM largely controls the pace of the game, and since this is pretty much a pacing issue, this is going to be more for. This is probably going to be more in the control of the DM. However, players also have a role, but we'll start with DM. So this can be the Dungeon Master or Game Master if you're not playing Dungeons and Dragons. The first thing you want to do is you want to set expectations about what you want to be in character and what you want to be out of character. So, when you're playing a role-playing game, if you don't set the expectation that you want to have roleplay be the focus, then players are going to naturally want to talk out of character, where they're not role playing and they're just like kind of going back and forth, just as themselves. And you can end up playing a role playing game without role playing pretty quickly, because everything's above the table. So make sure that you set the expectation that you want everything to be as in character as possible. Questions that are really important to understand the scene and will determine what the character is going to do can be done out of character, but you want to set the expectation, especially if you're going to be narratively focused, that you're going for more roleplay and therefore should be as in character as possible. Now, in the last session, so it wasn't the last session I had, but maybe the session before that, we actually didn't have a problem with staying in character because our characters are all pretty goofy and the game is all pretty goofy. So, having a silly back and forth is pretty easy. However, even though we were all in character, we still were kind of piddling around a little bit. We weren't really doing a whole lot. Oh, let me make sure. How do I've forgotten how to teleport, to be honest. Can I teleport to Barrow Fields? Here, let's try this. Let's do this. Okay, that's how I do it. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I want to go Barrow Fields. Teleport. Alright. And, so, we didn't have a problem with staying in character. Though we still were kind of messing around quite a bit. And, I mean, obviously, with any sort of laid-back game, you do want a little bit of chill, a little bit of messing around. But, if you're not advancing the narrative, you're kind of just staying there, doing nothing. Oh, we have a jester with us. Hello, Jester.
Hello. I was totally and entirely serious the 100% of the time. I don't know what she's talking about.
Right. Yeah, Lord of Fools.
No,
Totally serious.
but no, I know what
100%
you're
all.
talking about. You can get wrapped up enough in the fun that the narrative does suffer. So I get what you're talking about.
I think this time it's growing pains though, other than like it we are learning our group dynamic, unlike our last campaign where it was very much more a matter of a person not wanting what everybody else wanted and therefore
Hey, thief, thief!
doing their thing.
Well, certainly, when you are putting together a tabletop role playing game specifically, I mean, well, any type of group role playing game, you do have to
Oh, do I get to keep it?
you do have to try and make sure everybody's on the same along the same lines of what type of role playing game they want. Do they want a rules run game, or I mean, it's not like you ignore the rules when it's a role playing based game, but they're not the first focus. The acting, the engaging is the main focus, and
Yeah.
the rules can kind of get shaped around that a little bit rather than being like rules,
Oh, did I lose
rules,
connection?
rules, 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 rules. And if there's any more time beyond that, we'll role play a bit.
Yeah, well, and this is all session 0 stuff. So, that always comes with setting expectations. Sometimes, you think that you have set up
Take it carefully
the
now.
kind of game that you did. Like, you think you did everything in session 0, and then as you're starting to play things, you're realizing, okay, this dynamic is not going the way that, we were aiming for. So maybe we need to have another discussion before the session starts about sort of what we want to do regarding that. By the way,
Yeah.
I just managed a workaround where even though I was caught stealing, instead of having to pay 1,500 gold for the mushroom, all I got to do is steal it, pay the 750 gold fine, and still keep the mushroom.
Gosh, that's half pricing it.
Yeah, right? Okay, where is this trying to take me? Is it? In fact, where am I? Okay, I went to Darkwood Weir, so I'm down there. Okay, and where's the Hob Cave? Hob Cave is in Rose Cottage. Chapel. Maybe we'll stop by the Chapel of Storm. Yeah. So, yeah, set your expectations. That's for IC and OOC. That's usually what you want to go for your session 0. Let's go with, let's see, what would be the next one? Then the next thing you would probably want to do is ask the players, like right before you start the session, ask the players what sort of, this is going to be tip number 2, by the way, if anyone's counting. Ask the players what they can recall from the last session. Obviously, if they can't recall everything, or they missed some important tidbits that are required for your plot, and furthering the narrative, help fill in the gaps, but try to make it so that they're driving it. This makes sure that it lets them know that, one, that you're expecting them to pay attention to the story, and 2, it keeps the narrative in mind right as they're starting the session. This is going to help, like, with focus and everything like that, because usually, player focus can diverge quite a bit. Even if they're really interested in the narrative, things happen. You get stuck on the details. You you start role playing silly things or messing with like especially if you're on a virtual tabletop, you start messing with the options on the virtual tabletop. In fact, it is far easier to get distracted playing virtually than it is playing in person. Because, I mean, you're right there to hold each other accountable if you're in person, but if you're online, you know, the player is by themselves and can be looking at anything on their computer or their phone. So, you want to always make sure that you're engaging them to keep the focus. The third one would be, since this is all kind of like before the session, the third one would be ask how each player's character feels so far, or what they want to accomplish for that session. What is the character that the player has made? What are they thinking so far? How does that character feel based on the events so far? And what are they wanting to do? Like, what's their goal for this session? The character's goal, you know. You're trying to get the player into the into the headset, like the sorry, not the headset, the head space of their character, and make sure that they're thinking about narratively where their character wants to go. So,
May I interject?
Absolutely.
Well, something my very favorite DM did is he cut out a 15-minute visiting session at the beginning of every time we got together. We did 15 minutes of catching up and visiting as people, and then that was the end of it. We put that
That
in the
is
boat,
actually
and then
yeah, that's actually another tip, believe it or not.
Oh, okay. I got ahead of
yeah,
you. All
yep,
right.
yeah.
I should have just been patient.
No, that's all right. But yeah, that was actually another tip that I was going to cover. So another thing to start before the session is, and this always tends to happen naturally, but always plan to have a what's the word I'm looking for? A
Time limit on it.
socializing
That was
time.
well, yeah, and I think the difference between how he did it and how the just general we always visit before we start thing that often happens with, and always has happened with all of my tabletop groups, is that he actually put a time limit on it. You know what I mean? And so he's like, okay, this is where it ends. And that made us, be able to change our viewpoint in a, I don't know. Most of us were neurodivergent, and so transitions are hard. And so we had to make it kind of really obvious and really, certain for us, or else it would never be quite a transition. Anyway, but sorry, just my input.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. I especially, because one of the things is like, also like, I've been in groups where there's none of that, where like, we showed up, we got into our positions, and we played D&D. And a lot of us didn't even know each other outside of the game. And that made it to where you do something in game and you have people going, "Oh my god, why would you do that?" And I'm like out of character asking why you would do that. And you're going, "I wouldn't.
Try to get your combat multiplier.
This character I'm playing is like this, and they're
Yeah.
supposed to grow the fuck up."
Yep.
But they don't know you, so they are
Yep.
much less comfortable with that. And I'm not talking anything like too out there for D&D, just like, oh, I did not expect you to be playing a bard who loses their chill. And I'm like, I don't know why you weren't. If you read my character's bio, you would see that they are a hothead. It is their vice.
Sure.
But they're
Uh-huh.
a bard, and they are a hothead. What does being a bard have to do with how you are? And they're like, well, most
Yeah.
bards are. And you're like, well, I didn't want to play trademark bard. I wanted to play this bard.
And I mean, I've played rogues that have stolen from my party members because that was the character. But I have generally played with friends, or at least people who knew me outside of the game a little bit, and they knew that that's not me. That was the character.
Right.
Oh, that was another contention, because the trademark style of bard that I play is a charisma rogue. So they look and they're like, wait, why do you have no stealth? I'm like, I don't need stealth.
Because I sweet talk you out of your jewels, man.
Yeah, I'm going to walk
Mhm.
right up to you and get you to
Hero,
hand
your will
me your
energy is low.
jewels.
What's that?
I don't want to steal them. I want to be able to tell the guard, hey, we were having a conversation and they just decided that I needed these.
I mean, old ladies love me. How is that my fault?
Exactly. Like, that was my thing, and they would not. Like,
I think we play very similar characters.
well, my statement has always been, I don't understand this, like every person who plays Rogue. Oh, I came from a wealthy background, and I rob for the fun of
I
it, and I'm
know.
like,
Well, that's something I
Oh
see
no, no,
normally,
no,
but
no, no.
that sounds stupid.
yeah, that's kind of weird.
Like,
No, no, no.
Usually
I
it's
was
a street
always the
rat sort of
one.
thing.
Yeah, I was always the one who was like, well, I mean, if you're not watching them that hard and I have the ability to steal it, well, that's kind of your fault, isn't it? I mean, you weren't watching it well enough, so you must not really want it that
yeah.
much.
I
I mean,
just got
when I wasn't
annoyed.
playing the charm, when I wasn't playing the charmers, when I wasn't playing the uh, grifters, I was playing
Yeah.
the ones who was like, well, you weren't watching it, so it's mine now.
Pleased to serve you.
Which, yeah, like, that absolutely is a way to play a rogue. What my statement for mine was generally is, I don't like this idea of a rogue who's just like, oh, I'm a rich guy doing it. I think it's so much funner to be like, yeah, no, I'm doing this
Yeah.
because I'm poor. This is a job. Okay, well, why don't you steal more? because I don't need to. I found a legitimate way to make money. So I'm not going to go steal X item
Scared me.
until I need to steal X item.
Okay. Fern Lovon said, I've got to say this out loud because it's hilarious. She says, well, come on. You know I like money. If you didn't want me to steal it, you should never have let on you had any.
Hero, your will energy is low. What's that?
Yeah.
Wow.
We've got a good crowd in tonight, too. I love these
We
people.
do. All the cool kids are here.
That's awesome. I like
And
having
then
the cool
that
kids
jester
going.
guy. And then that jester guy.
Nah, you're cooler than
Oh,
me.
yeah, I mean, him too. I mean,
Oh my gosh. Why did they keep
don't get me
spawning?
wrong. I don't mind Jester hanging out with it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally
Oh no,
was
I
being
will
silly again.
absolutely play that. Absolutely play that.
No, we love you. Actually, I'm really grateful for the distraction tonight. My kiddo was the subject of bullying and came home complaining to
Aw.
me. And one of these, well, and not only was I sad for her, that's also kind of triggering for me since I was so bullied as a
Aw.
kid. So, yeah, I
On
definitely
any
needed the
other.
distraction tonight. So I was so happy, Vic, that you were doing your stream tonight.
Aw. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm sorry that I was that I had to take 2 weeks off. I had
Oh, do not apologize. You have nothing to apologize for. Your help is number A1, and the computer's help is second number AB.
yeah.
B2?
Yeah,
I don't know.
the
Whatever.
the first one was something I had to, I had to go to an appointment that day, and I knew I was going to be exhausted afterwards. So, I knew I wasn't going to be able to stream that night. And you guys saw the announcement on what happened the on the oh my god, they keep respawning. What is going on? What am I missing?
They really are being very obnoxious.
Like, what am I missing? What's going on? I mean, look, I'll take extra
Potatoes.
experience, but
I mean, they're not hard to kill, but they're certainly annoying.
yeah, it's
That is their
I don't know. The
MO.
little white guys are kind of cute, though.
those are the ones with magic, and they hurt. They actually
Oh. I mean, they're kind of cute, though. Oh, that one has a thingy.
okay. No more spawning.
Why will you not blow up? What are you made of?
Am I going the right way?
I don't like it.
I need to go to the Chapel of Storm.
This place reminds me.
Have a look over there. That's savory, that is.
Is this it?
It kind of reminds me, though, of the really stinky place in the labyrinth. I mean, it looks a little like that where you were before, not now.
Oh yeah.
A little bit.
Okay.
I need to watch
Looks
that
like
movie again.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Wow.
Let's take a look at
Classic.
the
Come to
shop.
the right place.
I was just watching a video today.
What makes you think it's spawning? you want to join us on Discord? You're being hilarious.
Undead axe. Sting. How can an axe be undead, you ask? We don't have the answers to that, but we can guarantee that it can create new undead by removing the living.
Well, removing the living always helps, right?
What is this? Interesting.
Lost into a game of blackjack. Oh, well, I mean, I wouldn't mind. Just saying.
Hi.
Yeah, let's go for the ebony longbow. I need a little bit more damage.
Yesterday, I saw
And besides, I can't stop myself from flirting with Vic ever at all. So, I mean, she's used to it. I expect she'll tell me if I should stop.
Whoa,
Whoa.
that is very loud.
Ooh. That was some background noise.
Yeah. If that's another rule while I'm streaming. No loud background noise.
What
Okay,
What
how do
about
I
did the
get to the
Derek?
chat?
Are
tilting window
Dereks
say?
are
What
allowed?
did the rapture? I don't know. I mean, I'm still here and I'm perfect. So probably not.
I didn't
Probably
really
not the
hear.
rapture.
yes.
You guys were both speaking at the
No,
same time.
tilting window on the chat said, "Was that the rapture?"
Oh,
Which I thought was pretty funny.
true. Alright, now can I sell this?
Is Derek allowed on stream?
Yesterday, I saw
That
I don't know.
silence.
Who's a Derek?
the bandits. Can I interest
The
you?
silence is
Social.
amazing.
I'm not a Derek. I don't think.
She's
What's a
distracted.
Derek?
Oh, darn it.
Derek is an invention of
How we sell great
ferns. They are technically an NPC.
Yesterday,
Um,
I saw Twin Liang, the leader of the bandits.
They have served the purpose of being a bridge a number of times.
How may I help? We sell great clothes.
We think that makes them canon, but I have questions.
You won't be disappointed,
Okay,
sir.
question.
How can I help?
When the rapture comes, will
Yes.
Derek be raptured?
We sell great
No.
Depends on if it's small Derek or big Derek.
Play blackjack.
I-
Come to the right place.
I think that when the rapture comes, Derek will get a restraining order. Just everybody
Against
else will
God?
be like, no. God will get a restraining order against Derek.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Vic. Have we strayed too far into?
Oh, we strayed a long time ago. It's all right. It happens. That's part of the stream is a bunch of tangents.
Okay, so I do believe we have been joined.
Yes, we do. We do have a fern with us.
Yeah.
Though,
Oh, good.
keep in mind that I can't look at Discord chat at the moment.
Sound of Doom. That was all my fault.
All right, here. Let me
It
turn
was
your
very
volume
doomy.
down.
Very
Yeah,
sorry
you're
about that.
very
I'm
loud.
very
Well,
curious. I'm not mad. I'm just curious what happened.
I'm not mad.
like you were
I'm
driving.
just disappointed.
I am not disappointed. This is Fern.
I had to pull the mom thing.
My favorite plant.
Tilt. It's a Derek is a PNG of a derpy face in a rectangle, and when used for on a virtual tabletop map, he can be placed on the board to connect maps together as a bridge.
He also serves to derail everything going on.
And I've gotta say another thing from the chat. Jedi said, way past the weeds. The brambles have brambles. Accurate.
Alright, let's save real quick. In case something bad happens and I mess up.
I do have that tendency
something
to
bad happening. You let us join your live stream. Something bad happening, it's already happened.
True. So I'd say that improves the stream personally.
Oh, well, to each their own.
Let's see.
Fern. Your post in the back. Over in the events here in Game and Gab, Derek will be the first soul to be kicked out of the afterlife.
Oh.
Poor Derek.
Poor Derek.
Ooh, I forgot I did that. I forgot how
Derek.
I did that. Oh, I remember how I did that.
Be gone now. I mean,
I don't want to be an evil character, so I'm probably not going to complete that quest.
What?
Oh.
That's
well, I mean,
such a bigot.
I figured out how to.
I mean, even if Vic tried, could she be evil? I'm not sure. I kind of don't think so.
Yes.
Vic could play, but Vic couldn't be.
I mean, she could try and pretend, but I'm not sure it would work real well.
Yeah, that's what role-playing games are. We're playing pretend. It's pretend for adults.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I get where you're coming from, but it's Vic.
She's such a sweetie.
She is.
I try.
My nut dog says so. Oh no, my nut dog tells me so all the time.
You should see her in her Halloween makeup.
I did.
It was very bad Halloween.
It was pretty dang hot.
I mean,
what did I just say?
Now
what did I literally say?
Like you could just barely see it.
Dang hot.
There we go.
I could see it. Babe, really, you did look hot.
Oh, my eyebrows.
Did you see my? Did you see my eyebrows though?
Yeah, you keep going to the eyebrows. I knew you would.
Well,
your eyebrows were fine.
I bought black, thinking that brown wouldn't show up, and
turns out
I went too far.
I don't think so.
It's fine.
I just feel bad because I was like, everybody should dress up, and then I chickened out at the last minute. Well, no, I didn't chicken out. Actually, I lamed out because I didn't feel up to doing my full face of makeup. So
it did take me
I feel
3
bad
hours just for the little shitty makeup that I did, so I kind of don't blame you.
Please stop saying it was shitty. I thought, seriously, I thought it looked good.
There's nothing wrong with your make. I honestly, your eyebrows were really not what I was looking at. Just saying.
True.
Was it like the barely visible? What do you call it? Like the
Are you
it
going
was
to
barely
keep
visible
telling us
something.
what all was wrong with it? Or are you going to listen
what
to
I
us
was.
that the whole thing made us look at you and say, "Oh my gosh, Vic, that's awesome."
I thought you
Did the
were.
details matter, or did
I
the
think it's
fact that
because
we all thought you looked awesome matter?
Yeah,
I
thought
think it's
you looked
because
fine.
you were being nice because you knew I put
it
in
was
on the effort.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's it. I was being
so
like,
like me.
not that it's the first time I ever saw
I
your
just
face, and I thought you were really, just such a nice looking person that, like, oh wow, your voice actually matches your looks. Like you're a person that's all like sweet and has like this nice, happy. Anyway, I'm gonna dig myself a hole. I've been drinking.
yeah. Yeah.
No, that's
I'm
kind. That's very kind.
always super duper nice to the point where I lie instead of just, not saying anything because I like lying. That makes me a nice person.
You like lying? Are you religious?
Ghost treasure.
No, I'm not, and I don't
Oh.
like lying. So I wasn't actually lying. So
Oh, okay. I was very confused for a second. Where is my picture of Derek? Where's my
all right. The point is Vic, stop criticizing yourself. We won't let you do it.
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay. Well,
Enough.
now I gotta figure out. Apparently, there is a statue in Oakvale with an axe, and that is where the pirate's treasure is supposed to be. But I don't recall there being a statue in Oakvale.
Neither.
I do. I know where the statue is.
Okay, please tell me.
What?
Please tell me where the statue is. Oh, crud.
It's in the graveyard.
Oh,
Yeah, but I
Jester
thought I
knows, not Fern.
was.
Sorry.
I thought I was in the graveyard. I went this way. No, I don't want to sponsor the guards
I'm
break.
trying to notice who's highlighted.
Like, this is where I went. I
since-
dug it up.
Yeah, that's not.
Ever since I got sick, my hearing is as bad
That's
as my
like-
voice.
Okay, sorry. What'd you say, Jester?
That go into the memorial garden. That
Okay.
wasn't a statue. That was a grave.
Okay, but it can be both. Okay. Axe. Axe, axe, axe. Axe, axe, axe.
Okay. See that guy?
This guy?
Yeah,
oh,
no.
there it is.
No. That
Remember,
one
you're a little
right there
bit
with the
behind.
axe.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're... When I say this guy, remember there's like a 2-second delay.
That's no moon.
Yeah.
But I'm in moon gravity. See, I get to.
There we go.
I get to jump, and then jump, and then jump, and then jump.
Can I
But
equip
then when
it?
I fall, kind of slow. See, I can't do.
Obsidian great axe. The great axes are covered with unpleasant damp soot.
Okay. That's not awful.
But apparently it still works despite its unpleasant damp soot.
Let's see. Let me...
Yeah. Apparently, weapons are all like AK-47s. You can bury them for 100 years in sand and pull them out, and they will just keep on going.
Okay, this is slightly faster, but let me, maybe I'll just try one battle with the Great Axe and see how I feel.
I hear it makes
Rest in
undead.
peace.
I'm sorry, what?
I hear it makes undead.
You're gonna kill.
Oh, that's the undead
Does it?
axe.
Oh.
Okay, then I hear it makes dead.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Definitely not wrong.
It never wears off. Oh. Ooh, the unpleasant black soot never wears off. How exciting. How aesthetic. Very gothy.
I'm dead. Happy now?
Yeah.
The grave reads
No.
study and decomposition.
I would
I'm reading
never
gravestones.
believe that you had died.
I love reading the gravestones.
Let's see. This grave says, a bandit
Tori,
raid victim.
thank you for joining us in the comments. Be in and out as much as you like. We enjoy your company when you can be here.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
We
Rack
have
the
a
Archer made it
Tori.
to the third round of the
That
arena.
is awesome.
Who doesn't love a little in and out?
All the
I
Victorias
wasn't going to
here.
put it that blatantly, but you know what I mean?
I've been drinking.
Are we talking about the restaurant?
I've been gardening,
or-
so.
Sure, Jester. Restaurants. Why not? Whatever you say.
Because the restaurant In and Out was not my vibe.
Remember,
I got sick.
Oh, okay. I miss
PG-13.
In and Out. When I lived in Utah, In and Out, the restaurant, it's a burger place. It's a good burger place.
Wait, it actually is. You lived in Utah?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I grew up LDS, but I didn't live there growing up. I lived on the East Coast growing up, and then when I was about 30, I moved to Utah and stayed there for about a decade, and then I came back here to Virginia again.
Oh, okay. So what part of Utah?
I lived first in Alpine and then in Bountiful, so kind of south and then north of Salt Lake City.
Yeah. Bountiful. Ugh, Bountiful. Yeah, I grew up in the
Really,
Spike
really
Valley.
close to the temple too, like real close. Like
Yeah.
my in-laws, who lived 5 minutes away from me, were within walking distance of the temple. So
Did any of them get to go inside?
all of them,
I went
not
to-
me, not me and my husband, but
Oh, I can't do this. This isn't like those things. All right, never mind. I was gonna do a.
and when my mom would visit, she would always go inside too.
There we
Yeah. I grew up in Salt Lake, so I'm familiar.
Magic underwear and everything.
Ugh. Yeah. Did
We'll
I
have to talk about that another time.
Yeah, I never got to the magic underwear, but I did baptize
Oh,
dead
me
people.
neither.
Yeah, apparently kids can baptize the dead. I was shocked
Yeah.
how
because,
young you start.
Yeah, in Mormonism, the age of accountability is
yeah.
8.
8 years old. You get baptized and you're considered accountable for your actions. However, I went to, when I stopped going to family baptisms, because I've always done family stuff, even though I haven't been a member of the church, like officially for a long time. But I always went to family stuff, including kids' baptisms and things. And in the church, kids get baptized at 8. And then I went to my cousin's daughter's baptism, and her dad said, I know that my child at 8 years old doesn't have a true testimony of the church herself. But fortunately, she relies on the testimony of her parents and has decided to be baptized based on our testimony. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and this is okay. You're like
Yes.
saying it straight out.
Yeah, they're saying sometimes they say the crazy part out loud.
They really
So
did. Anyway, so now I go
you kind
to
of
family funerals and that's it.
Hey Vic, did that grave say he was loved to death? Ooh, golden carrot.
There was
couple
one.
graves. Yeah,
Yeah.
loved to death.
Yeah, Robert
Next
Cowley loved to death. He slept with nymphs.
that
They
one.
stole his breath.
That's awesome, man. I want a
Sounds
gravestone that does
fun.
that. That's how I want to go.
That is the way to go.
Loved by nymphs. Like, never mind. We're not going to get into the
Oh,
details of
Robert, you did it right, my man.
the breath stealing. We won't get into the details. We don't want to get you taken down.
Yeah, PG-13.
Oh, was my audio dropping out or was my voice dropping out?
Your audio.
Your audio.
My voice still isn't 100%.
Yeah, it might be that you kind of stopped for a second. I don't know, but
Yeah, you
sound
would
like-
cut out.
Yeah.
And
No, I
then,
think it was.
you would cut out, and then every now and then, your voice would go low enough that your mic wasn't really picking it up. So I really didn't get a good idea of what you were saying.
No. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I could laugh along, but I don't know what you said.
No. I apologize.
Oh,
I think it's a combination between. Yeah, I think it's a combination between the fact that I'm using my old headphones at the moment, and my voice still, despite the fact that it has literally been over a month since I got sick, my voice is still not 100%. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I wish I could help you.
Now, my eyesight ain't what it used to be, but I can
Well,
make out where
I
they
remember.
land.
Well, never
Wanna
mind.
give it a try?
That's a whole different story.
If you could leave your weapon, sir, and
Okay, long story short, without any details, once I was engaging in a slightly risky activity with somebody, and it ended up causing a sprain, basically a sprain in my vocal cords, and I had no voice, less than I have right now, for about 6 months.
Oh, I love how big that is.
So, you said something about months? Something about 6 months? I apologize.
6 months, yes. My voice was at its worst. So, like, what it was like 2 weeks ago, my voice was like that for about 6 months after my vocal cords got strained. Like, sprained, like, if you twist your ankle and your ankle gets sprained, my vocal cords got sprained, kind of like that. They got stretched in a way they weren't supposed to.
A center left.
And the doctor said that because they were weakened when that happened, that I'll always be kind of prone to losing my voice.
What made you prone to losing your voice? I didn't hear that part.
Silver medal position.
My vocal cords got sprained.
Oh, your vocal cords got strained. Okay, that's what you're saying. Okay.
Impressive display of chicken violence there. You've earned yourself a silver
Well, at least he didn't walk funny.
All right. Well, I think I am going to, because clearly my microphone is not cooperating with me. I am going to
It's
go
also
ahead.
my fault.
I'm going to log out of the chat, and I'm just going to, log out of the voice chat, and I'm just going to hang out in the text chat on YouTube now.
I'm sorry.
No. If I really, really wanted to keep participating in the chat, I'd plug in my actual
Well, for the record,
microphone and headphones and do it properly, but I didn't feel like doing that when I was setting up my system. So I was being lazy, and I still feel like being lazy. So I will do it right for next week and I'll talk to you guys with voice then. But for now, I'll just hang out in the text chat. Talk to you guys later.
Alrighty.
Fern, though, you
Yeah.
still have to flirt with
you.
me. You promise.
I did promise.
You did promise.
I'll buy me a drink. Wait.
Nice.
I know what
I'll take it.
Whatever.
I'll take you buying you a drink.
I'm-
You
hold
have
on,
another
hold on.
drink on you.
Awesome, and I will hope to lose my breath to your nymphness.
Mm.
Like poor,
All right.
the poor soul in that grave.
All right. I too will buy
That
you a drink.
awkward flirting aside, I'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Alrighty. See ya.
Bye. We.
What? What are you? What tilting? What? You don't have a god.
I am buying me a drink, enough drinks that I could give them to everyone, but I'm not going to give them to anyone. However, I am not very observant right now. I'm very distracted by my game.
Likewise. Speaking of distractions, did anyone still want to hear the rest of the tips? I think we got up to tip 4. But was there, if people are still interested in hearing the tips, I can continue, or we can just shut up and play the game.
No,
I'll do whatever.
Tip away.
Yeah.
Tip away. Yeah. What were you doing?
I did. I don't want to, be accused of false advertising.
How many tips are there? Does
There
the
are
show
15.
say how many tips there are?
No,
There are
but I
15. Okay. Well, you gave tips, and you didn't say how many. So it's not false advertising. If anybody says it's false advertising, I will bring in all of my charisma rogues to play your lawyers.
You know what? The title just says how to keep a story moving in D&D. Doesn't say that there will be tips.
That's true.
You can do whatever you want. This is your live.
Well, I do want to, because I did work on it, and I'm not going to do this topic again unless I make it like an actual separate video. So I'm not going to be live streaming it again. So, for the rest of the tips, I'm gonna have to stand still. I'm afraid I can't do both. I'm not good at walking and chewing gum. So let's see. We did set expectations. Give yourself a little socializing time. That was, usually no more than 30 minutes, but you want to give them a chance to get to know each other, hang out, build a little rapport, and also get your out of character, silliness out, if that makes sense. Where you want to just chat and socialize instead of and hang out instead of going straight into roleplay. You can these are DM tips or GM tips. Ask how each player's character feels so far. This can't be done unless you've already had at least one session where you've played. So this is gonna, can't be like a first session sort of thing. But you probably, if you already have a plot and a background sort of thing, you could ask them what the player's character wants to accomplish. But generally that's all decided beforehand. So you want to keep going. What is your player wanting to do right now? What's their goal right now? Now this, usually when we're talking about this, for whatever session, it's not going to be a long-term goal because we usually already know what our long-term goal is. We're asking, in the short-term, what does your player want to try to do for this session. Let's see. All right, so I think that's it for all those. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth one, I guess, was kind of like, session 0 sort of stuff. Fifth is limit. So like, especially if your players are starting to like drift off and like not pay attention to what's going on, limit how like one-on-one you spend with each player. Generally speaking, if you start making things like where you're focusing one at a time for huge stretches of time, like 30 minutes or more, it makes the other players disinterested. It makes them feel like they're not getting a chance to play, and they get bored. They don't want to, they want to do something else. They're here to play, and right now they're not getting a chance.
That makes me think of how somebody once told me that think about your play sessions a little bit like a sitcom. Like you're going to have to give commercial breaks in the sense of you're cutting to scenes a lot, and every now and then you got to kind of, back off and let people sort of do what they need to do. And that each scene you're going to be giving different people a chance to act. Like there's not, let's just do this one story for a whole half hour. No. You got to give everybody their time on camera, so to speak.
Exactly. Yeah, every player needs to have their chance. And usually, I've never seen a game master be like, I'm wanting to focus all my attention on one player. Usually, if they're doing one-on-one, they're aiming for focusing on each character, and they're like wanting to cycle through it. But all that ends up doing, especially if you spend a long time on one character, is it just makes others not like invested in the story, because it's like, this isn't my story. Like, I'm not playing. And when you're playing a group campaign, you want to make sure that the group is cohesive. You could still have, where you're playing a campaign and maybe there's like a personal quest that the group is helping one player or one character out of the group. But you still want to make sure that the rest of the group is incorporated in that. And that is actually where we're going to get into our next few tips. So that was tip 5, I believe. So tip 6 is where is it? Oh, there it is. Call on call on other players regularly, even if they're not the face of the party. Usually the face of the party gets a lot of attention. In this case, if you're not familiar, this tends to be the case for games like DnD, where you have like one character that's got a really high charisma, and they're good at persuasion and deception checks or intimidation or whatever. And so they tend to be the focus of conversations, because they're the ones who are going up to start a conversation with an NPC. This can make it feel like nobody else is involved in the conversation. So what you can do to make it yeah, I see you, Ms. Nutsagoder. Sorry about that. You can do a session that focuses on one PC story, but you still need to engage the other players. That's right. Yep, exactly. So, for things where you've got like a face of the party working on something and they're talking with another NPC, try and suggest things to the other players in the party, like, hey, you know, something's interesting about the way that this NPC says something, or they have a certain appearance, or they are standing in front of something with as if they're trying to block your view. Things like that. Try to encourage skill checks that would be different from the face of the party. Like, that the face of the party can't do those types of checks. So, insight checks, perception checks. This is obviously all D&D, but things like that encourage other players to get involved. And if the face of the party, if you're like, say, not specifically in a conversation, or maybe the face of the party is talking with someone and the intent is to distract them, well, hell, you can have the other characters have all kinds of checks for the environment surrounding the NPC, and also just in general, when you're not talking to an NPC, have different players perform different checks, religion checks, arcana, nature, animal handling, whatever.
Vic, I don't. Oh, go ahead, Jester. Sorry.
You go ahead. You spoke up first.
Okay. I was just going to ask. I don't know if this is maybe jumping ahead of you or not, but one of the things I found useful is making sure that to keep people engaged, you don't necessarily need them to be engaged with the events that are going on. Some of my players were really rules lawyers, so I found it really helpful to kind of give them a sense of like still participating, to have them look up rules for me, have them double check something like, you know what, I can't remember exactly how that would work with the underwater combat and grappling. That's kind of weird. Hey, Caleb, could you look that up? Could you find out what that says? Like, he's not even part of the story right now. That character isn't doing anything. His character is off in a different place, but I'm still able to give the player something to do to help with the participation. I don't know if that's where you were headed at all.
So since that really just depends on what kind of campaign you're doing. In my case, the topic for these tips are usually involving keeping the player engaged in the story and what's happening in the game. So things like that would be giving someone to do, but it would technically pull them away from the story of the game as they're trying to focus on finding the rule. And personally, I tend to I would prefer to fly by fly by the seat of my pants instead of focusing on the crunch, because then you're not able to get into the role play, you're not able to get into the story, stuff like that. But everybody has different preferences for the kind of game that they want to play. And as long as you have set up in session 0 that it doesn't have to be narratively focused, and you're, cool with having more, like, hardline rules and focusing on game mechanics, then for sure, like, that's definitely an option. And,
So,
obviously, if you have nothing else to give them,
An interesting example on this that I love to I'm loving the idea of bringing it up too, because of the intricacy of how it's involved in the original creation of D&D. The Book of Lord of the Rings versus the movies. Because in the books, when you read them, Tolkien did not switch between the cast, between chapters. He mostly followed one party through an entire book, and then he flipped it back. That has absolutely disengaged a lot of people from that book, because they're sitting there and they're thinking, okay, but what has happened? Like, we've been on this group for 9 chapters. When the hell do I get to find out what's going on over here? And there are narratively good reasons that I think he did that. Somebody did a good defense of those books and why they're structured that way. But on a reread, it makes it especially difficult when you get to, like, Sam and Frodo with Gollum just kind of hiking through Mordor, because almost nothing happens. It's a slog. You feel the slog.
Sure.
And it's
Well, and that's
very difficult to get through. But also, like,
yeah.
when you get to, like, a hook, if you have the party split, because I'm a person who's a proponent of, no, split the party, it actually can help, because one group of party members can be doing one thing, another can be doing another thing, and that makes it to where the person who is the talker can't just dominate. And it also makes it to where I can give you a narrative hook, and then I can go, okay, Fern, so this is what's happening with you, and then you have time, your brain is engaged with, how the hell am I going to get out of this? While trying to pay attention to what your party member's doing.
Sure.
And so
yeah,
you're doubly hooked.
If you're okay with it, right? If you're okay with splitting the party, which is pretty rare, I would say, only split the party if you are very prepared to do so.
Yeah. Also, this is kind of a contention. It might be, it's also a little bit of an off subject of keeping people engaged, but I'm slightly annoyed with DMs that there's this contention that, oh, we're doing the talking bit, therefore the high charisma person should be the only person with something to do. The high charisma person doesn't know everything, and they might not have... Oh, is that another point?
Well, that was actually the point of, trying to give more tasks to other characters to keep them involved in the story. Personally, I think the best way to go about it is, instead of having it so, like, the face is essentially the one who's really only engaged with the NPC, having as many players as are present in the scene engaged is, I think, the best way to do it, because that's how conversations naturally are. They naturally involve, if there are 3 people in the room, and they're having a conversation, all 3 people are talking with each other. Obviously, the bigger the group, the more likely you are to start to see people, like, kind of, like, group off, like, so they start having their own conversations. But for the purpose of playing a game, the party is together, and if they're together and talking with someone, then it should naturally be that the whole party is chatting. So, having a face of the party, I think is more. I think that the game master can control how much of a uh of a focus they want on having like a party face. So
Yeah.
I feel like in the campaign that we've been doing with Wolfo, Wolfo has been really great about allowing and encouraging different characters to be involved in the same conversation. And I feel like there's no one person who is leading the conversation.
No, you are.
I
I
may
just
be
said that.
encouraging. I may be encouraging, like, hey, let's go talk to these people, but I'm not the one, like, driving.
You did not burn down her house. You did not. I was definitely the one who led the charge in, oh yeah, let's taste her food.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I think I was the first one to say, I eat it. But yeah, okay.
That's fair. But for me, I was sitting there and I was going, like, instead of thinking, you were sitting there and you were going, yeah, I'll eat it, but you were also like, I'm suspicious. And I was
she
sitting
wanted to
there and I
sniff
was
it.
going,
Yeah. Well, she's gonna sniff any beverage given to her that doesn't immediately smell like alcohol. So that was kind of a character thing, but
What? This doesn't seem to be a martini. What is this?
real quick, I want to read
what
this.
did you put in my alcohol?
Just because it's got some good comedic value. So I won this chicken hat after winning the chicken kicking competition.
Oh,
And it says,
yes.
once used in the 3-day ritual of the worshippers of the chicken god Egtor, it is now more commonly seen on the heads of cheats and cowards as they are driven out of towns, pelted with tofu sandwiches by angry villagers.
Well,
Only one I had too, so don't be
three
expecting to win any
attractiveness.
more hats. Can I tempt you
Does
for
it have a
game of
negative
chicken
3
kicking,
attractiveness?
sir?
That's awful.
Yeah.
But it's a chicken head. How is
for
that
some
not
reason-
attractive?
I mean, there's a whole chicken suit.
I know, because I know that Fable 3 was all about the chicken suit, and you could dye it too, so you could like make it all kinds of different colors.
You could be a black chicken. Awesome.
In my playthrough of Fable 3, the highest damaging weapon was fueled by, like, the achievement things to unlock it was kicking chickens. There was one for how many chickens you had kicked. There was another for how many, how far you had kicked a chicken. I forgot what the third one was, but they're all chicken themed, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I bet this is actually the #1 weapon in the game. And I got it really early.
Interesting. I gotta be honest, I don't remember if I kicked any chickens when I played Fable 3. I don't know if I knew that I could.
I see. Because the first game kind of, even, and that chicken kicking competition came up in the re-release. If it had been like a year or two later, they would have just done it as DLC. But the Lost Chapters is just, hey, here's the game with all the things that we left on the cutting room floor because we were out of time.
Yep.
So,
Yippers.
in fact,
I don't want to go that
there's
way.
things in that I haven't played yet because by the time I knew about and got the Lost Chapters, I had played Fable so many times through that I was just
Sure.
like, I
Yeah, I
can't
get
make
that.
it through.
I get that. All right, let's see how this goes. I got to do the Hob Cave. Speak to the grandmother at Rose Cottage. Protect boy. Do not allow the boy to be harmed. I may have
I
to
also
change the weapon that I've got if it's not fast enough. Are you really going to do this to me?
James,
Oh, thank
is
goodness.
that you? Oh, James is my grandson.
so
You
one
have
of
to
my
find
first
him.
stuffed
He's
animals
the only relative
was
I have left.
a
He's
stuffed
a
tiger
sweet,
who
beautiful boy.
was named
I don't know
Hobbs
how I'd
because
manage without him.
my
I
father had
knew this
wanted to
would
name me
happen.
Kelvin
He's
for
gone
Kelvin
back
and
to those
Hobbs.
caves. I
Uh-huh.
just knew. He got
And
quite scared of the
so
things
when
he
I
saw down there
first
last
was
time. I can
introduced
tell
to this
you.
concept
But he
of
did
killing
bring
Hobbs,
back some
I was like,
gold. Oh,
I don't want to
and
kill
he found
Hobbs.
something else while he was there. I don't know what it's for.
Because
But it
in
may
my,
be
like,
useful.
because they
Here,
kind of talk about killing Hobbs is before, you
please
ever
find
meet
him.
a single
I
Hob.
don't know what
So
I would
I'm sitting
do
there
if
and I'm like,
anything happened to
I don't
him.
want to go kill Hobbs. Why are you making me go kill Hobbs?
I do find it interesting that they spell it with an E. Because usually it's like Hob is short for hobgoblin. And
I don't think originally that's the case, but okay.
okay, well, at least that was the
Um,
case here. Let's see, what
I
do you
never
want?
open on a first date. I can only let someone.
left-handed Jedi and I continue to be absolutely on the same page with things.
Let's see what has Miss Non-Sequitur been saying.
You've been telling me all the naughty things she wants to do. Wait,
I've
no, that's
always
not what she
had an
said.
intrusive thought to kick pigeons in cities. I would never, ever, actually. But every time I go into DC and see them just sitting there, the intrusive thought is there.
Filthy little things.
They are rats with wings. As much as I want to be the person who says, oh, they are our fault because pigeons are actually rock doves and we bred them to be messengers and then we just abandoned them all over
Yeah.
the city.
We were the ones that just let them loose. Like, when we were done with them, we were just like, invasive species, what's that? And then just threw them out into the wild.
Yep. But as much as I want to be that person, every time I see one, I absolutely want to destroy it in the worst ways.
Interesting. I don't seem to have that urge, but good to know.
Second only to seagulls, the pigeons of the sea, because seagulls are worse. Because a pigeon will sit there and look at your food and go, me wants, and as soon as you drop it, they will go grab it and pull it away.
Yep.
These seagulls will team up and actually try and get you to drop your food.
Of course.
Yeah, they're trying to mug you.
Yep. Oh,
Geese on the other hand. Jeez.
Real quick, since we're getting close to the end of the stream, I'm gonna finish these off.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So whatever tip number we're on,
I don't know. 22.
so probably 6 or 7.
456.
Well,
I think we're on 6.
Include breaks. So, beyond just the socializing, 15 to 30 minutes before the game starts, include bathroom breaks that can be anywhere between like 5 to 15 minutes. And that can also give you a chance to be like, okay, during the session, everything's going to be in character unless your question is immediately required in order for the character to make a decision or do something in this scene. Save your question until we have a break, or like, especially if you're doing this virtually, have the player like send you a private message, and then you look at your private messages like during the breaks or something like that, or whenever you aren't actively needed for a scene. The next one, to keep players focused on narrative, reward narrative focused behavior. So this would be verbal praise for the most part, being like, hey, you know, that's a great idea, or I really love the way that you spun that scene to just like pure chaos by lighting everything on fire, you know, things like that. And if a player does like a really good roleplay scene where it looks like they've been pushing themselves, and they are role-playing what their character wants and not what they personally, the player, want, you know, think of awarding them like an inspiration die, which is a d6 that they can add to specific roles. That's going to be the positive side. Almost always, if you're trying to encourage your players to do a particular behavior, almost always go for positive reinforcement instead of negative. But you also want to make sure that your players know that your game has stakes, if you're ready for that sort of thing, if you've all agreed to it beforehand, that you want to be invested in the story. So be prepared to kill a character if they fuck around and find out, you know?
Yes.
So I don't recommend doing this liberally, because that'll instantly pull them from the immersion. They'll be like, okay, well then I don't just give a shit about the Caroline. It doesn't matter what I do in the game. I'm just gonna die. Don't do that. Also,
I'll roll up her sister, I guess. Jeez.
you don't want to create an antagonistic relationship between yourself and the players, because then the players will think, okay, well, I'm competing against my game master, and my goal is to survive my game master. That is like a hotbed for drama. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Obviously there are like really rare instances where it's like it's a one shot and it's a tournament, and the goal is for, you know, the player to the whatever players are in the one shot to beat progressively harder challenges. Obviously, that's the whole point. They're going up against harder and harder challenges, and the goal is to survive. That is super like niche, combat specific. You're not going for narrative. You're not going for roleplay. You're going to play with combat. You know, it's just a straight up game. At that point, there's really no roleplay.
It can also be kind of interesting and a little difficult for a lot of people to create narrative hooks for people who aren't really as into the narrative side of the game. So it's a skill that's really kind of difficult to develop, to get people interested in the story without necessarily forcing them to do a lot of narrative stuff. Like working it into the combat and the themes of like your projects and what you're having them do, to help people follow along by presenting a series of tasks that do kind of represent the story. That can be challenging.
Sure, yeah, no, I'm specifically talking about things that would be like your player is taking the campaign like too lightly to the point where they're not invested in the story. Like, because again, these are all tips that are for keeping your characters focused on the narrative. So if you're playing a narrative heavy game that's supposed to be about roleplay and spinning a story, this is, you want to keep your players focused on the story. If you have all agreed to play a campaign that is not narrative focused, then these tips would be more applicable. You would want to make them more generalized for things like just making sure that your players are focused on playing the game and aren't distracted with their phone or something. So, things like they haven't been paying attention for like the last 30 minutes. They get ambushed. Things like that.
That actually reminds me of something my GM, one of my GMs told me, something called the rule of the Chandler rule, I think. Yeah, I think that's what it was, the Chandler rule. Apparently, I think this is like a story writing rule that somebody cooked up that says, like, when you're not sure what to do, have someone come in the room with a gun in their hand. And so his thing was like, well, we were playing medieval, so he brought in a sword. So the Chandler rule to him was like, when I don't know what I'm going to do, or when I'm not sure where I want the story to go, or when I don't think my players are paying attention, any of that kind of thing, you'll notice I bring somebody in ready to fight. Somebody looking to get in a ruckus. I got somebody come in with a weapon. And I remember that several of those times we didn't actually end up getting into fights. It wasn't always about starting a fight per se. It was just that, so you've got this random element that shows up, like, okay, nobody's like engaging, so here's this weird plot twist. So the fun of that is that it's like, it's not just, whoa, hold on, we weren't expecting that. It's also that, like, for the GM, it can also put you into a space where you have to create narrative interest immediately. Like, you have to figure out, okay, why did this person just show up with their sword drawn? Why did they come in with a loaded crossbow? What is going on? And it can be interesting for everybody involved that way. And now you are killing a bunch of trolls.
Yep.
Whatever those are.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna go back to the sword. This great sword.
Axe is too slow.
A great axe. Yeah, I thought it wasn't gonna be this slow. Like, this is bad, especially when I'm surrounded.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing I didn't like with Fable, is that I'm already prone towards certain weapon types and strategies.
I don't know. You seem to be doing it okay.
How slow the great axe is was always annoying, but I will admit the fact that it just goes through and hits 3-4 enemies at a time and kills.
It honestly wasn't
help.
It wasn't doing a whole lot of area of effects in that fight, even though they were all around me. I could maybe get 2, but I didn't get more than that, even though they were super close.
I don't know, it seemed like you were doing pretty okay, and maybe if you, I don't know, just had time being forced to use it, yeah. But I don't know. Anyway, back to your tips, sorry.
I'm doing an active thing now, so...
Tips in the tip jar. Everybody, leave your tips in the tip jar.
Yeah, you can tip me
lick
by...
and describe.
Yeah, lick and describe. You can leave a tip by giving me a like, so that we can have more people interested in what we're doing.
There's a party on this live stream, and your clicks are invited. Yeah.
And make sure that when you lick, you give a really thorough describe. Ow. Ooh.
Now we're going back to the innuendos. Or in their endos.
Hey, you can lick without it. Like, it can be platonic. There's platonic licking.
Thanks, mate.
I'm
It's
fighting
rather
my
embarrassing
tongue
getting
so
caught
much.
by those obs. Me and the lads were searching the caves for treasure. Legends say it's full of their stuff. Well protected, too. They caught us and stuck us in cages.
Platonic licking of
Taken us away
endos.
one by one ever since. I don't know what they did to the rest, but I heard screams that'd chill your blood.
Ah, what the hell
But
happened?
hey, less people, bigger share. So, what do you say we go looking together?
Oh, it's because of that. I see. Okay. We
Quick
wait,
question, Jester.
straight into the what?
Is if I say yes to searching for treasure with the bandit, will it kill the boy I'm supposed to save?
No. He will become a follower and come with you.
Okay, so
Um,
I'll still be able to do the good thing?
yes. The bandit is not a nice person, and
I don't mind, you know, if he tries to betray me, if I have a chance to attack him, I'm cool with that.
I don't want to give it away, but I wholeheartedly say bring him with. It brings out a very interesting dynamic to the end of the quest.
Okay, yeah, as long as I can still do the good thing. That's what matters. I don't want to, like,
Yeah.
screw over what my goal was.
Can't we go faster?
Yeah,
You're
I
not
get
good
you.
enough to use the thanks expression.
Fable doesn't tend to like to make it to where you can't make the good choice later on. They're not knife in the back about choices.
Sure.
Why are their faces following you? What the hell? That was weird. That guy has like creepy masks.
Oh, that means he's a follower.
Oh, so you know not to attack your ally.
Yes.
It actually
Well,
has
it
no
just shows you
friendly
they're following.
fire. It just makes it to where you know they're
This
following
is
you.
where the bloody things got us. Came right from that room. Must have been guarding
So in
something.
theory, I could still try to attack the motherfucker. It just wouldn't work.
Okay. I've lost. Where the hell am I? Did I just come from that area? I think I just came from that area. And I think this is the entrance.
Watch out. Those nasty buggers love to set up ambushes.
Bruh, I'm lost.
Yay!
Oh, I'm totally disoriented.
I don't know. Go in a
I
door.
can't
See
tell
what
which.
happens.
Oh, that stench.
Okay, alright. So I went through that store. I
If
don't
only
think
they
I've
would
gone
leave
through
the
this door.
bodies.
Ow. Screw you. Ow.
Stupid silver key chest.
Um,
Oh, you managed to open it. You can keep the reward from that.
dude.
Hero, your will energy is low. What's that?
Okay, we'll do that. Did I get everything?
Hey,
Pretty sure I did.
look at that. I bet there's some treasure in there.
Alright. Oh, it's probably gonna respawn everything. Oh? Maybe not. Okay, that's a first. They usually respawn everything. Okay, so I'm gonna give my will energy a bit of chance to catch up. The rest is we kind of already. Oh no, never mind. They suddenly spawned.
Curses.
Curses foiled again. Wait, that's not my foil.
Where's my real foil?
This is true. Fern is my foil.
Aw.
Possibly, more so.
Foil?
Why can't I think of his name? Derek. Yeah, Derek is my foil.
I'm Derek.
There we go. I was hoping we would get that in here tonight.
He's right there in the Discord chat. You can keep in on him.
Oh, I already went.
Derek. You know what?
Yeah.
That should be my background, but I can't seem to make that work.
Yeah. My actual camera has a what is the term?
With Derek in it?
It has a cover that you can slide over it internally.
Oh yeah.
And
My laptop has that. One of my laptops has that.
Yeah, so when what I've been doing is I've been setting it as the virtual video background. And then I
just keep the camera closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
keep
can't
the camera closed. So
I just couldn't remember like I tried to set on my camera. So like I did that, and then I was like, well, there was a way for me to switch it out so that it had a background thing, and I couldn't remember exactly how, and I was like, what have I got? Why isn't it? I can't find the thing. I'm like, forget it. I just like, I don't remember how to change the background.
I want to do a few last tips, real quick. We kind of already went over it. Yeah. Be aware that more turn-based stuff you do, the less likely that others will pay attention until it's their turn. So, combat in D&D and most tabletop games is by nature turn-based. So, the longer that combat drags on, especially if you don't have a narrative aspect to it where others can kind of work on something, even when they're not directly in combat, it can make it so that people are starting to get bored and turn their attention away when it's not their turn. And then it's like, okay, now what do you do? And they're like, okay, what? What's the scene?
What's going
what
on?
can I do? Yeah. So that's the surefire way to make sure that they're not paying attention. But the way to avoid it, even because obviously what's D&D without combat, right? When you are doing combat, don't give the player unlimited time to decide their turn when you're doing combat. Say, okay, you have 3 minutes to decide what you're going to do. Think about before, tell each player, think about what you want to do on your turn before it's your turn. If you decide on your turn, then you're probably going to run out of time. And also think of backup plans. If the player ahead of you does something and, you have to change your target, or they do something that would be a really good combo if you do a different action than what you were planning, things like that. So that is the 10th tip, and that is all the DM tips for the Dungeon Master and or Game Master, depending on what game you're playing. The rest is for the player, so I've got 5 remaining tips. If you are the face of the party, or you are, mostly leading the story, keep asking for the group's help where possible.
Hell yes.
Hey, mage, can you help me with this investigation? Hey, warrior, can you lift this? Whatever, So think about other strengths. Usually your game master will discourage asking, like, hey, what's your stat in this thing? Because one, that's out of character. Your character isn't going to be asking, what's your stat bonus on investigation? So it should be a question in character, and it should be focused on, like, what you would think that the character would be good at. Like, usually a rogue is going to assume that the mage probably is better at thinking through puzzles than they are. So they're going to, even though they're good at charisma, maybe they're not good at puzzles. So they ask the person who is more into thinking through things, what do you want to do for the puzzle, stuff like that. Ask help for checks. Ask help for looking into your surroundings, interpreting something. Ask help for, like, maybe you want to do the same thing on one particular object. Like, let's say that you are trying to open a door, and it's gonna be like a high lock-picking score. Then you will want to ask for help for anybody who can assist with, like, let's say, holding the door in such a way that that the tumblers are more aligned, or whatever, something like that. And you can have it so that as the player, you're asking for help with the same task, and more people are getting involved. The second player tip is, this is something that you want to focus on when you're creating your character, but you can also modify this if you've already created your character. Modify the motivation as you go. Make your character motivation hinge on the plot hook. So have it something involved with the main narrative plot hook, so that everybody in the party has a reason for going along with the story and being invested. If your character has literally, no interest in what the narrative is going to be, then the player is more likely to not have an interest in the story either. It could be something as, like, super, what's the word I'm looking for? Arbitrary. It can be very arbitrary. Like, for my character, the main narrative plot hook is that they have to carry a package from a northern country to a southern country. Very simple. My character is all about like parties and celebrations and revelry. And so they really want to see how other people celebrate and party. And they're super interested in seeing like um how people do rituals, how people do like social gatherings and things like that. And so going on a journey that has you crossing through several geographical areas in like several countries is a great way to ensure that they want to take a look at everything along the way so that it's not just about the destination. You know, they want to be involved with everything they run into, that sort of thing. So it doesn't have to be a very like deep reason. Like, I need to save my sister from the demon lord. You know, it can be something something fun, something light, something that doesn't require a lot of thought, but still has them you know, motivated to participate.
Like, for example, looking for the correct shade of purple in my boots. Like, I want some good quality purple boots. Why is that so hard?
Exactly.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
realizing that our characters are more cohesive than I thought. Considering that I only made my character off of a one-off stupid-ass joke that I came up with on my own.
Yeah, that's how it works.
You
That's the
want
best way.
to see how other people party. I want to see how other people cook so that I can become like the greatest, best chef. And together, the combination of our squad is probably going to be throwing the greatest fucking party ever.
Yeah, that's why feasts are like it's going to be a recurring trope. Like, how can we throw a feast right on the spot? That sort of thing.
Oh, it's a little. Oh, I don't know if I should say that. Well, all right. So I had a friend who, my friend Chaim, he told me one time that all the holidays for his people. He's a Jewish guy. He said all the holidays for our people are the same thing. They tried to kill us. They failed. Let's eat. And I thought, like, oh, well, that's perfect then. We're just going to run around the countries having people almost kill us and surviving and then eating.
There is one holiday, I forget which one, is we tried to kill them. We won, let's eat.
I wonder which one that is.
I've forgotten. It's been a while.
Yeah,
I looked it
I'll
up.
have to look it up one day. I can't remember.
So, other ones. This is at the beginning of the session. Collaborate on the recap. So, if you're a player, and your game master has asked you, excuse me, that happens on the dot, right after 11. Always, I start yawning.
It's quarter after.
And the funny
It took
thing,
you a while.
I've been yawning.
The funny thing is that it's not like I tend to fall asleep at 11. I just, if I'm talking, I start yawning.
Oh, I could be up until 3 a.m. I will just be yawning.
Yeah, last night actually I didn't go to sleep. I was just overheated the whole time, so I just kind of listened to stuff, played with my phone.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I would have done the other way.
Other way meaning?
I would have played with stuff, listened to my phone.
Oh, yeah. The only thing I can have listening on my phone is my music playlist. if I try and listen to stuff on my phone, like with YouTube, it plays ads, and
Yeah.
I don't like being interrupted by ads.
I'm gonna have to get you a DNS block for that.
What, for my phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll,
Yeah.
we'll set up
Will it
your,
work
we'll
for a
set up your
YouTube app?
DNS. It works for mine. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, I have also been recently added to somebody's family plan. So I
There
don't know
you
if it's
go.
still, I don't know if it's still my DNS blocking that's doing it, but all the other junk on my phone that tries to forward ads to me is also blocked. So
I could block, like, I've got a browser, a mobile browser that's pretty good at blocking ads when I'm on the browser, but YouTube, in order to listen to YouTube on my phone, you have to use the app, and of course that bypasses everything.
Well, you don't necessarily have to. We're getting off topic.
Not that I'm advocating for any ad blockers. You should definitely pay services like YouTube, like the one that I'm currently using, to pay YouTube Premium and not do free ad blockers.
Well, I, on the other hand, do advocate ad blocking, but
You know,
at the DNS
I
level,
do not endorse that statement, YouTube.
it's
anyway.
Fern Love Bond. That's the account you block. Fern Love Bond is the one that gets in trouble.
Okay. So,
take Fern back for spankings. Vigorous spankings, YouTube.
Derek spanking?
Oh my gosh, please no. This is not the tangent I want to go down.
Okay.
Okay. Last
Sorry
two
for your
tips.
nightmares.
Last two tips. Okay, this is for the player. Don't worry about extraneous details that don't promote the story. So, try to stay in character. Don't keep asking the game master about details that aren't immediately necessary for you to make a decision as, for in character. I am notoriously bad at this. I will ask way too many details. I'll ask, how do you spell the character's name? It's for my own notes. Who cares how you spell the character's name? But the thing is when I hear it, the first time I hear it, I hear a different name, even if it's the same one. Like, I hear it differently. And so when you try and bring up a character name, I'm like, okay, that's a character name I've never heard before. And I've written down, like, what about this character? I haven't heard them come back up. But in actuality, it's just I have really bad hearing, and for some reason I'm hearing you pronounce it differently even though you haven't. So that's a me problem.
So I've been just absolutely driving you insane then.
With what?
What color are his boots?
Oh, with my character's name?
Well, with my character's name, because I have been switching frequently between three different spellings.
Yeah, you have. But
and that's not an accident.
Yeah, I know. I have to check each time, and then I'm like, screw it. I'll just go with the last one that I looked at. But yours is not so bad because you've got the character name on your thing, on your little token.
Well, there's part of it like in the medieval era, spelling wasn't locked in, so I like the idea that no names did have different spellings. People would that even those, like,
I'm saying
They're
I don't think the first name changed. Surname did. First name did not.
I don't know
Unless the
about that.
person was illiterate.
Also, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if Cannoli is a first name or a last name or what. I think it's just he's Cannoli. I don't even know if it's
Like
I figured
Cher.
it was a nickname.
I don't know yet. I've been actively asking myself that between sessions while I'm driving for work, just going, does my character have an actual name, or does he just have a nickname or an alias, like he's...
It's a title. You have 2 titles.
Well, he is here sort of in semi-witsec capacity, not like a total witsec thing, but like
Okay.
he's away from his gang.
Gotcha.
Sort of like I forgot the name of the guy who made waves because they tried to deport him right back to the country where he fled because he was trying to stay out of the gangs.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't comment on world affairs at the moment, but
I know.
Last tip, and then I don't know if I have the energy to finish the quest here. I might just save. I might just save. I can save in the middle of a quest, right?
Yeah.
Like
Let's find
like
out.
it'll pick up where I left off. Like I haven't had problems with that so far. Because yeah, I don't think I have the energy. Yeah. And the next thing is gonna be like a boss fight, and then it'll make it so like I'm in multiple fights, and I don't think I have the energy for that right now. So, last tip to end the stream: as a player, push yourself to do things outside your comfort zone that still make sense for your character. So, role play that you, the player, would not normally do, but that your character would do. Great example right now, I don't play evil characters because that's really hard for me. But if I make a character that is evil and they do some pretty evil, evil business, that would be pushing myself outside of my comfort zone depending on how evil it is. Right now, I'm playing a character that is chaotic neutral. I don't think I've ever played a chaotic neutral character before.
I feel like you're struggling with the chaotic part.
Yeah, not very chaotic. Although the main idea of the chaotic part is that they don't have like allegiances or anything like that, or they don't have any qualms with doing
Vic's idea of chaotic is lacking in a rigorous, lower, like legalistic standard of behavior.
Exactly. But as a chaotic neutral character, the main point is usually they like I tend to play neutral good characters where they do what's right no matter what the law states. They're very principled, and they'll help people on any side of conflict if it's the right thing to do, that sort of thing. Whereas for this chaotic neutral character, like there was a point where someone was it was an NPC was flirting with my character, and I had to push myself to say, instead of immediately turning them down, I had to push myself to say, maybe what's in it for me, because my character would do that. That was tough. I did not want to do that.
You let me burn down a house.
Yeah,
I imagine that was pretty difficult.
that was, but it wasn't as tough as trying, as potentially opening the door to, I don't know how to say this without being very adult, to a transactional relationship
Um,
of a brief nature.
I don't know how that would have happened, and I'm not sure I'm comfortable asking, so we'll
Yeah,
just
I,
I'm sure
I
Miss
didn't want
Elandria
to.
will tell you.
I didn't want to, but I was like, I think my character, if for the right price, doesn't necessarily have to be money, but like could be a favor. Um, that's very possible, and I realized that.
okay.
So, yep, that was a me problem. But anyway, I'm gonna save here. This can be pushing yourself to, like, let's say you're not a big role player, pushing yourself to do a really like narrative driven role play where your character is talking more, or have your player is supposed to be less talkative and more like action based,
Your
or what?
character is supposed to be less talkative, right? You said player, and I thought, well, as a player, I'm super talkative. But if I'm playing like
Yeah,
a taciturn character, well, that's kind of tough for me.
yep. And if you're supposed to stay in character for the most part of the campaign, well,
All right.
you
We're
just
not here to
screwed
pick
yourself.
apart my flaws.
In any case, um, I actually am in another campaign where I have a negative trait called impulsive, and the point of the trait is whatever the player even like mentions. Not like, I learned it doesn't even have to be like can I do X, or what if we did X? It can be as simple as um you know uh I think at one point I said, what do you want me to do? Drag you? And my game master was like, all right, you dragged them. I was like, I didn't realize that counted.
I don't
I
think
thought that
that
was
does count necessarily. I think that's at the stage of, hey, I'm like I'm telling you, I will drag you if I have to. We need to get moving.
exactly. Like, I thought it was like,
Like,
because it was in character and it was my character expressing frustration, like, if you don't move this instant, like, I'm gonna
yeah,
rush you. I thought that would
that's how I
give
would have
the
read it.
the NPC a chance to at least respond to that first, but apparently not. Apparently, at least to my game master, they decided that just means you drag them. So,
Maybe they were just trying to get things to move.
um,
That happens sometimes, where they're just like, okay, perfect. I have the perfect excuse to say that this is moving forward.
in this case, it was just a scene because it was my character going to get help from an NPC. And so it was just a scene between me and technically the game master because they were playing the NPC. And it was just me trying to get help from the NPC, and the NPC was dragging their feet, and it was a life or death situation. And so my character said, "What do you want me to do? Drag you?" And then that's when they said that. And I think it's because they just wanted to get a chance to play with the impulsive trait, to be honest. Mostly because even in a game where I don't have anything like that, I don't tend to be like the type of person who jokes around and is like, well, what if we just threw them off the cliff right now? Just doesn't like I don't joke that way. I may I may joke about something that's occurring in the environment that makes the scene like funnier. So I'm trying to remember that one that came up.
So my comment
Yeah.
is actually perhaps a little accurate, that you're learning how to be impulsive by engaging in a regularly scheduled time each week, where you can use dice rolls to determine whether or not your character is impulsive, and then you roll on a table to determine what she will do. Is that about right?
In this case, there's no dice roll for impulsive.
Oh, wow.
You just act. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just as soon as you say it, it happens. Now, whether your character receives consequences for doing so, there may be rolls with that, but whatever happens is like, okay, I was like, what if we could potentially steal that, and then essentially the game master would be, okay, your character goes to steal it, and it's like, wait, in broad daylight right now? Yep, make a roll, that sort of thing, and it decides whether or not they get caught. Stuff like that. Okay, it is now 11:30. I'm going to check the chat. Thank you, everybody who has... Oh, wow. I don't even know how to say... What is that name? Oh, okay, it was Fern. Who's it? Chef Cannoli is actually named. Michelangelo, Juanissimo, Canolindini, and then suddenly Damitsuko? Just suddenly went Japanese sounding at that point.
It's a fantasy world. Our languages don't apply.
That's great. All right. Let us.
It very much gave me Dot from Animaniacs vibes. If you haven't seen it,
not to date ourselves, but yes.
She has a full name. She's a princess and she has a full name, and it is about a paragraph long. So
some form of Elvish. I can't beat it. Hi, Wolfo. I don't know if you can hear us, but it's good to see you in chat. All that said,
You've been lurking.
Yeah, I see him lurking.
I think he's lurking in the back, not out front. That's why I didn't say hi to him when he showed up. I want to take a stab at the name, actually. Where did it go?
Go for it.
Michelangelo, Juanissimo, Canolindini, Damitsuko.
Good job.
Or whatever.
I think you did better than I did.
I don't know. I made it up, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Right.
Brilliant.
You just put in a bunch of suffixes and saw how.
I mean,
random.
It would fit, that nobody knows, like absolutely fit his character, that nobody actually knows how to say his name, including him.
I just strung some random name-like elements together, and that's what I cooked up.
That's usually how I make names. So I would like to take this opportunity to wrap up. So I want to thank everybody who has been with us so far. Thank you, as always, to Tilt for being an amazing mod. Thank you to Jester, Fern, and Miss Non Sequitur for joining me on the stage.
Especially Miss Non Sequitur.
Especially.
Yes. It's always lovely having her with us. And thank you for everybody who's been in and out of chat. Randall, Tori, Left-Handed Jedi. I think Al was here in the beginning. I hope that it helped you fall asleep if you ended up lurking. If you enjoyed this, maybe consider consensually side hugging the like button. As I said before, it's a free way to leave a tip, and you can be subscribed to be notified of the next time I go live, which tends to kind of vary, but it's almost always on Mondays at 9 p.m. If something happens, like my internet goes out, or if it's something that I know is going to happen in advance, usually I'll be writing it like on the community post page on my YouTube channel, or if you're in the Ready to Roleplay Discord, which you can join in via the link in the description, you will see it in my announcements channel for that server. And you can see whenever I go live next. If I have to, like, say, reschedule or something, like, if I had the chance when my internet went out last Monday, I would have rescheduled for Wednesday. But I knew I was going to be busy on Wednesday, and it was the day before Thanksgiving. So, who knew how many people would show up anyway? So I was just like, all right, Monday was the last chance for that week. So you're just going to have to let it fly. But
Did the best you could.
yeah, if I get the chance, I will do like to reschedule something that messed up on a Monday for Wednesday. And we had plenty of this today. Please remember that each guest's opinions are their own and not shared by myself, this channel, or Creator Accountability Network. All claims need to be independently verified and fact-checked, and ignored if
In my case, yes, ignore my, yeah.
I want to give my thanks again to the Creator Accountability Network. Their link is in the description so that you can see how to make the creative space more ethical. Let's see here. For my panel members, looks like we're going to start with Derek Jester, who, if you want to direct people, where do you want to direct people?
I'm Derek.
He's Derek.
Derek can be found here, being Derek. Don't you like having Derek?
Okay, stop. I keep wanting to say it.
Is there anywhere you legitimately want to?
Not tonight. I'm too tired.
Okay. Fern, is there anywhere you want to direct people?
Oh my god, avoid me. Just avoid me. I just do this everywhere I go.
So, I gotta be honest, I was gonna look for a live to raid, but there's like, I can't really tell if there's a good place to raid that is kind of relevant.
That's you. The Think Institute is.
Yeah,
live.
I was just I was just looking at that. Maybe if you're interested in skeptical debates, I think this is a debate. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, there's that.
Oh, there could be unsavory characters on this, but
I mean, I was
so,
thinking about going there. Oh, you meant
yeah.
beside. Okay. Not me. All right.
So, uh, we'll see. Where are you going with that one?
I mean,
Oh,
my
Arch
ex
Thinker.
game was pretty savory.
Yeah, I didn't see her live. Yeah, so if you want to go check out Arch Thinker, there you go. That's one. Um, go ahead and head that way. And tell them that Vic Lit sent you, if you can. I heard that's sometimes a fun thing to do. So, for everyone who made it this far, thank you for joining our chill open discussions. I hope it provided a chance for you to kick back and listen until you're ready to sleep. We will see you next Monday at 9 p.m. Central when we can resume
this is what he says in the
our game
segment.
while we can.
It
That
says, "Did you give any thought to your
that
disposition
Fern needs
against my
to
servant?"
mute before I can close the show.
Apparently, right. My thing will automatically pipe all of the audio down my mic channel. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna. It's all right. We'll just redo. We'll just redo the end, and then we'll
fix it in post.
fix it in post. Yeah, because I do so much post on these lives. Bye, Derek.
Bye, Derek.